Hello, this is Qualms visiting again from the Grim Wayside, and we have a new Kikagoods item that just came in the mail. So I thought we would do a quick little look at this particular doll. Unlike some of the other dolls from the 10,000 Escape Plans series, she is not part of the blind box set. She can be purchased individually, so you know exactly which doll that you're getting. I had pre-ordered this doll, and she finally came in today. I have sort of pre-opened some of the parts of the box. I didn't really want to destroy the blister pack that she comes in. So I used a pair of scissors and I very carefully undid all the staples. And then I have just taken out the major elements of the particular doll so that we can take a look at them. So the doll was just in this clear blister pack, not wearing her clothing. So I took her out. She also comes with this unpainted face that has open eyes, so you could always do a face up and add some of the some eyes with a bit of sticky tack behind them. There's no mechanism inside for holding those eyes. You would just have to use some kind of poster tack or something. She also came with these two pairs of little blue-gray shoes. The shoes are considerably darker than anything else in her wardrobe. They are a sort of medium, soft, hard plastic, and they have the little slit in the back, sort of like what you would expect from Monster High shoes or some kinds of Barbie shoes that allow those to slip onto her feet relatively easily. So she has the two. They have pretty good details on them. They have two straps and they have some decorative elements. The bottoms do have a pattern to the sole, so they are decently patterned. And the paint, or if the particular plastic, if it's unpainted, is a uniform sort of blue gray color. So those were her two shoes. She also came with a full bag of hands, which have plenty of expressions in them. So there are peace fingers where she's holding up the two fingers. There's heart hands. Um, there are wide open hands that she has currently on her hands. There's some like relaxed poses. There are no fists, but there's a pointer finger version of it. And then finally, there is a middle finger version if you want your doll to have extra sass. If she encounters a demon, perhaps, and she wants to go ahead and flip them off, you have those. You could do them on both hands. So they certainly didn't skimp on the hands, and there is an additional joint in here, or two of them at least, two additional joints. Then as far as her clothing that came out of this part of the box, I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side now. Or actually, just to take a quick look at it without the doll in it. It says Holy Key and then has some text in both Chinese and English. It's just sort of random flavor text. And then the back of it has a design with some wings on a cross and some flames. And then there's a QR code. And I haven't scanned the QR code, so I'm not sure what it actually goes to. So, in terms of what she came with, in terms of clothing, there was one bag and it has these. I'm a little concerned, to be honest. The joint between these two wings is extremely thin. The plastic is flexible, but it doesn't feel like it'd be like infinitely flexible. So I think from what I recall from the pictures, these go around her waist. But man, I don't know. They seem real delicate, very fragile. They're made out of a white plastic, and then there is fully over them this pearlescent, like silvery sheen on them. So they did paint them. They're not just pure plastic, and they do look really pretty. But man, that joint between the two wings looks really fragile. Over here, uh, there's a ribbon. I do not know what this ribbon is for as of yet. So, in terms of the clothing she has, I'm going to guess this is some kind of headdress. The headdress has a white ruffled material. It's attached to a piece of elastic on the bottom. There's a bow where the elastic attaches on both sides. And then there's also a pearl string detail. If I remember correctly from the pictures I saw online, I think this goes over her forehead and just sort of drapes down on her forehead, but we can take a look at that in a minute. We have a little sock, and it looks like this sock is torn. Maybe that's intentional, maybe it's not. It's got some, like, little cuts in it. I guess we'll see when we put them on. This looks like one of her little sleeves. It's like a very thin pleather material. It has a ruffle at the top and at the bottom where the wrist would go. It has a slight amount of stretch to it at the top, at the smaller end, but I don't feel much stretch besides the stretch of the pleather itself. And then barely visible, there's a little cross outlined in gray. It's quite subtle on that. So that's either an arm or it's a like a leg for like the boots. I'm not sure. Okay, I think this might be the arm actually, and that must be like a boot cover kind of thing. Um, Similar construction is sort of a trumpet shape. It looks like a little bit of elastic at the top, none at where the hand would go, and then it has two separate, not printed on, but completely separate, bright, shiny silver straps around it. And those straps do have little silver metal looking belt buckles on them. So that's a really nice detail. There's no other details, but that certainly is enough detail for such a small piece. The fabric feels about like the same fabric that was used on the shoes or the leg covers. Okay. I'm going to guess that this, man, I don't know. I'm going to guess this is supposed to be what the ribbon is used for to lace up this. I guess it's probably a corset or something. I have concerns. There's like some weird tears in her little belt. It looks like. I have questions. I have questions. I have concerns. We'll have to come back to that. I'm going to go ahead and put that with its little ribbon. So here is the other sleeve. It looks identical to the first sleeve. I am confused. We have another headdress. It appears to be identical to the first headdress, right down to the little bows on the ends and the pearl string. I don't see any difference between them. They're both silver metal chain pearls. That's confusing. Okay, so here is the other legging. Same thing. It has a little cross on it. They're very flat right now, so I'm hoping they won't be difficult to floof up. Here is her dress. So this is, I'm gonna guess these are panties. There is, I think this is supposed to be her necklace. It's a little tiny sewn closed, so I'll have to remove her head to put it on, I think. Um, a little tiny silver strap that matches the ones on the sleeves, and then sewn to it is a little silver key. These little underwear that I pulled out, they're the same stretchy material as the stockings are made out of. Um, they don't have any seams or anything, but they don't look like they're the kind of fabric that doesn't ravel, it looks like. So her little dress, it like it opens with a Velcro closure, opens and closes with a Velcro closure. It has two layers of ruffles in a sort of crepey pleated fabric that has little silver threads running through it. It is a halter with a single white strap around the neck. It's made of ribbon. On the very front, it has a three-dimensional cross on the fabric. It looks like it's glued on, but it does look like it's glued on pretty well. Then going all the way around to the back, she has a bow made of the same fabric. It looks like it has been sewn to have some seam, or not seams, but some hemming to it. It's a little messy, so I'm hoping it'll tame down a little bit now that it's actually out of its packaging. It has two ruffles of the same white material, and then it has two more much longer sort of train-like materials out of the same stretchy stuff that the stocking and the underwear are made of. So I don't know if we're missing a stocking. I'll have to look at the pictures again, or if she just comes with one stocking and it's supposed to be like edgy like that. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. The I wonder about the quality of the doll, not the doll so much as the clothing or the quality control, since we do have two headdresses and only one stocking. Strikes me as weird, but let's go ahead and put her together. We'll take a look at her real quick. She has a plastic. It's very much a matte plastic. It feels very dense. It is definitely vinyl because she had a very strong smell coming out of the package. On the body, there doesn't appear to be any blushing or anything on it, but it is a nice, pretty basic peachy, not so much peachy, but yeah, it's skin tone. It's about neutral without any sort of undertones as you can get. Her joints are peanut joints in both her elbows and her wrists. Um, they have a metal sort of prong inside. I think it has something to do with keeping them on. I'm not really sure what that metal is inside of the joints because it should just be the elastic going through. The ankles definitely have little S hooks, the teeniest little S hooks in them. We don't have any extra feet to change out, so you wouldn't be messing with those S hooks to begin with. She does have the extra joint at the top, which allows her upper leg to rotate. The fit and finish of the doll is very good. I don't see like extra seams or anything. And the little peanut joints in her knees do allow her a good deal of mobility. I'm real confused by this metal prong in here that kind of sometimes keeps it from being mobile and sometimes doesn't. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to try and figure out what the deal is with that because you shouldn't need to have any sort of metal in the knee joint because the elastic should just be running all the way from the torso down to the ankles and then hooking onto those um, S hooks. So a little confused about what those are, and they seem to inhibit the posability sometimes. Gonna have to look into it. Not sure. So hanging down in the back, preventing us from seeing a few things, are her long pigtails. And so they start out as a matte white gray at the top, much lighter than her shoe plastic. And then it goes down to these four pairs of little wings in her hair. The wings in the bottom of the hair are painted in that same pearlescent silvery color. Her bangs are the same way. The hair at the top starts with like a matte, non-shiny finish of white, and then her bangs have the silver accents on the bottom, like a silver airbrushing. I'm going to take her off. I'm going to take her faceplate. So this faceplate has closed eyes and printed features on it. The eyes are a silver, almost indistinguishable color. She's got little tiny eyebrows. She has these little lines under her eyebrows that give her like a concerned look. And then she has strongly painted eyelashes with a tiny amount of like lilac smoky purple eyeliner on it and blushing on the cheeks. Her mouth is a teeny tiny little dot of confusion. We'll put her over there. We'll put her back of her head over here. I don't see any marking for like the brand or anything. So I don't see them in the heads either or the faces either. She has the standard Nendoroid neck going on, and it's hooked into the little slot. But I want to put that necklace on her, so I'm going to turn it. Let's see if I can get the S hook to go through. Yeah, there we go. So she has quite a large S hook at the top. Her shoulders are a standard ball joint. She has the peanuts in the elbows. It's They do not have the metal in them that the knees have. I wonder if the metal's for posability. I'm not sure. And then teensy weensy weensy little S hooks for changing the hands, which feels like it's going to be a nightmare. Her body, I'm not certain because I haven't put anything else on her, but her body does look like it's in that sort of 1/12 size that she should be able to wear the 1/12 size clothing, but it'll be significantly shorter, I think, because she has such long legs. Her stomach is well muscled. She has almost no chest at all. I would say no chest. And then she has a center joint. It also has some metal in it. The center joint allows her to lean her torso back and to lean her torso forward, although you definitely don't want to do that when she's wearing something where you can see her middle, but you can have posability in that center joint in her abdomen. Okay, so now let's go ahead and dress her real quick. I'm gonna thread this S hook through the necklace. Easy enough. I'm gonna put these, and then I'm gonna put that neck joint back on. I don't see any reason to not do that after I just put this halter on. Yeah. Okay, the halter goes over the top of the necklace and the hook. Okay, and then I can go ahead and put her neck adapter back on her and turn this hook, seating it into the little groove that's there. I'm going to go ahead and put her dress on since we've already put the halter around her neck. This is your standard doll Velcro with the very low pile and hooks on it. Okay, and there we go. The skirt definitely is very floaty. You can see that it is in no way interested in staying down. It has like even more bounce up than like a ballerina's tutu. So have to see how that works. We'll go ahead and put her underwear on. It's such a strange fabric. It's very, very thin. Very stretchy, but very thin. Like I said, no seams or anything in it. There we go. Midnight witching hour. Okay. I'm a bit twisted, but I do have them up over her feet. Okay, there we go. They are so thin, I worry about damaging them a bit. There doesn't appear to be a front or back to them. I am struggling a little getting them up over her hips. Okay, there we go. Okay, there are her little, pretty much see-through underwear. I think that they are selling anti-staining clothes for this particular series of dolls, the 10,000 Escape Plan dolls. They're basically like body stockings that cover the whole doll, preventing the plastic from taking on any dyes from any other outfits. Which, of course, is not going to be a problem for an all-white outfit like this one. And put her leggings on. They should just slip on, hopefully. Yeah. Her legging number one. And I wonder if I should go ahead and try and put this sock on her foot. And try not to get her toes stuck on any of these little cuts. Okay. Feel like I might need to come back and unfold this top edge later because I'm not sure. I think I turned it under a little bit. I'll need to pull that flat, but I will worry about that when I have the tools to worry about it with. On the so there seems to be this cut or slice both on the back and the front of the knee in the same place. I'm real confused by it, to be honest. Not sure what the point is. Put the other leg on. Which becomes infinitely harder now that we put this textured sock on. The other one went on so easily. So the outfit appears to be, most of the pieces appear to be of decent quality. I have questions about a couple of them. I have thoughts, I have feelings about it. There we go. Flip that edge back down. I don't know what the deal is with this stocking because then once you put the legging on, you really can't see much of it. Skirt is definitely flipping way up in the air. Go ahead and put her shoes on. They slipped on really easily. I tried them on before. They were a little tricky to get back off, but not terribly bad. It is kind of weird, the bluey colored shoes with the entire rest of the outfit, because nothing else is that color. Okay. Mm. Mm. I feel like these arms would require me to remove these open hands. I'm just not sure. Yeah. So these are not gonna go on unless I take off her hands. And those S hooks are so tiny. I'm gonna need to get my lady glasses out and some like tools to keep them from going back up into her body. So I'm just gonna put these arm thingies to the side for now. Do those later when I have the tools ready to do them. Okay, now we can reassemble her, putting on her back hair, her front faceplate, her bangs. And then I guess I'll just pick one of these. Let's see, here's the question. How did it look when I saw it online? So I'm just gonna put this under her chin for now. It might go behind her braids, but we're just gonna do this like this. Okay. Oh no. No! It's going inside her head. The loose joint in her hair is sucking her elastic in. The hair decoration thing, I'm not jiving with, to be honest. Laying really weird on her head. I'm trying to get this pearl thing. It's giving more like French maid than it's giving Lolita. Okay, so that's what she looks like with her headdress on and the pearls that go across the center of her forehead. So, like I said, not going to put these on right now because I got to take off her hands to do it. As much as I love all of her hand expressions, it's going to take me some effort. I have the extra headdress, for which I cannot see why I would have an extra one unless it's a weird quality control issue or something. if I remember correctly, these wings are like a sort of like a belt thing. Gosh, they feel so flimsy. Not even sure how I'm going to glue that when it breaks, because it's definitely going to break. I'm going to get it around all of these ruffles without snapping. I think that's the way they were styled online. It's so weird. I think that's the way it worked. I am deeply concerned about her little corset in the middle here. It is clearly like torn on the inside in these two areas, and you definitely see it on the outside. There's like this a lot of like line puckering that looks like it's super thin and super fragile. I know that this is like a corset that she was wearing in her styled pictures. I think putting the wings on him was a bad idea, actually. See if we can get this on here. So I may end up taking pictures and writing to the company, or in the end, I may just not be that concerned about it and I'm going to change her into one of the other size 12 costumes that I have. I've got a number of them, different colors, different styles. Okay, the ribbon does not want to go through the eyelets. I'm going to have to get some tweezers or something to pull those through. So we're not going to worry about that right now. I am quickly going to take a picture just to make sure I'm doing the styling correctly and to make sure she didn't need or wasn't supposed to have two stockings, which you can't really see anyway, and whether or not the stocking that she has is supposed to be ripped. So I'm going to visit my phone, but for now you can see the outfit is probably a lot less satisfying than the doll herself. She's actually a really nice doll for the price. It's nice that there's a version of this doll that is not a blind box. I wasn't crazy about all the designs, but I do really like her design. Oh, and her head exploded. Super. Looks like I might need to put a little bit of tack or something to keep her head on, or her hair at least. Blue tack saves a lot of dolls a lot of problems, as long as that blue tack isn't degrading the plastic at all. Okay. Taking a super quick look at my pictures. Okay. She looks like she does have one ripped stocking. So I guess that's a choice. She does have the little wings around her middle, and then her little corset is around her stomach too. So I styled her as they have styled her online. So that's not an issue. And she does have, so she has one ripped up stocking that's pretty much hidden behind her legging anyway. So what was the point? And I don't know if the wings are maybe supposed to help her skirt stay down, but right now it is extremely puffy, like a ballerina's tutu for like a performance, like the platter style tutus. So yeah, gonna have to take off her hands at some point. Might put in one of those disapproving hand gestures. Going to have to figure out how to get the string through the corset and see how I feel about these like cuts in the corset. Maybe I'm gonna contact Kikagoods and see what they say. And maybe I'll just end up just putting her right into another costume anyway, and it won't matter. So that is the Angel from the 10,000 Escape series. And that's it. Thank you.